In this video, we're going to see the SureTriggers software. Hi, my name is Stratos and I create video tutorials about WordPress. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. SureTriggers is a software that will help you connect applications with each other and automate some steps in those applications. And let's start with the pricing once it's been officially launched, because at this moment you can try it for free. It will cost you $99 and this is per year in order to have 5 websites and 5,000 tasks a month. As you can see, it will have delays, condition, unlimited automations, auto-retry failed automation, and 30 days logs for that. And the agency plan, which will cost you around $200, will have unlimited websites and 20,000 tasks and paths and themes, and of course included everything into the Pro plan. As you can see, it has also a monthly price if you want to pay month by month. Let's close that, and here we have the integration. Basically, these are all the apps that at this moment has integrated and it supports. This will keep updating, and if you come here and visit this website in a month, maybe you will find more applications. At this moment, there are over 300, even though it says 200 here. I'm pretty sure that it's 300 and more at this moment. The team behind SureTriggers is Adam along with Brainstorm Force, so you will know that this is a well-established team. You will get updates, you will get support, and this product will keep getting better. I'm going to close the price and let's go back to the dashboard. This is the SureTriggers dashboard. This is the page that you will land once you're logged in inside SureTriggers. So let's see first the settings, and here we'll see that we have settings for the time zone in order to keep track when and what was executed. Then we have the export, where we can export workflows. Then we have the import, where we can import workflows, and here we have the WordPress settings, which is basically one switch that says if you want to display or not the SureTriggers inside your WordPress website. If you have more than one administrators in your website, I would recommend to switch that off in order to not show the other users what you can do inside the SureTriggers. We have the Pro plan as it says here, the tasks and the workflows that we have created, and here you can change plan as well. Inside here we have the recipes. Basically those are templates that you can use in order to kick things up and start using the software. And as you can see, not everything is around WordPress. You can see that this has a Slack and Gmail, and basically says that it will send an email for a new Slack message. Then we have something like Google Forms to Slack, so it will share Google Forms response on Slack. And you can see that it has some templates, and I think that this will keep updating as well, along with all the apps that we're getting inside here. Then we have the apps, and here you will see the apps that are connected. At this moment, I don't have anything. History, of course, is the history of the workflows and the workflows themselves. So we're going to start from here. We're going to create first a workflow, but in order to do that, I want first to add my website inside SureTriggers. So let's go to here. This is the website that we're going to use. I'm going to refresh because I have just deleted the SureTriggers plugin, and I'm going to start fresh here. You don't have to use an Astra website, of course. This is basically an Astra template, but you can use whatever you want. Let's go to add new. I'm going to type here SureTriggers. And I'm going to install that now. And let's activate that. After that, it says here get started now, or go back to the dashboard. Once I click get started, it will redirect me to the SureTriggers and I can click there to connect. If you don't do that now, you can find it later by clicking the SureTriggers here or get started with SureTriggers. It's the same, both of those. So I'm going to click get started now at this moment, and this will connect my website. I will also connect another website just to have 2 of those inside here in order to see the difference and where you will find all those websites. Okay, so now that are connected, I will see the dashboard inside my WordPress website, and you can work if you want inside your website. But I'm not going to use my website in order to work for the triggers. I'm going into the dashboard of the SureTriggers itself. So let's create now a new workflow, and the name of the workflow is the one that will separate one from the other. Now, what we're going to do now is that we're going to use a form that I have in my website. Let's refresh the page here. So I have the website here, and I have this form that says fill the form and get a 10% discount. This form is something that maybe the marketing team gave to me and say, can you do something? Can you have a form that will someone fill out, and then maybe he will get a discount code in order to use inside WooCommerce. So how can I do that? Very simple, with SureTriggers. Let's go here and let's say marketing form to coupon code. Okay, this is something that it will help you identify the workflow that you created in the future once you have more than one workflows inside here. So then we have add trigger and everything else that we can create. Let's go back to all integrations and let's go into an integration and we will see what the triggers are. Let's load more and we're going into WordPress. And here you will see that we have triggers and we have actions. Not all the applications have triggers, not all the applications have actions. Some have one of those or some of those have both, like WordPress. So triggers means that it will get this workflow started. So the profile field updated will start this workflow and then it will continue with an action. It can be an action from inside WordPress or it can be an action from all the other applications that you will see inside here. So all the actions from all the applications can be connected with all the triggers from all the applications. You don't have to stay within an application only. You can do whatever you want. So let's go and add the trigger, and this trigger will be from WPForms because this plugin is the one that I'm using for the forms, WPForms inside here. And this is the form that I have created this. So let's go here and let's search for WPForm. Once this is selected, it says select event, the form is submitted. I don't have any other thing to select because if I go into the integrations, all integration and search for WPForms and click here, it will say only trigger and it will say the form is submitted. It doesn't make sense to have an action or anything else. Once the form is submitted, then I can do something with the workflow. Let's go back here and we'll select the connection. Basically, this is the website that I want to use. I have already connected two websites. So as you can see, I have Astra and Test. I'm going to select Astra. And after that, it will search for the forms that I have installed in this website. So select form. I have two forms at this moment. And one of those is the marketing form that I'm going to use. After that, says, please execute the event. So please fill out the form in order for me to grab all those fields. So let's go back to the website. The name is Stratos. The email is my email. Okay. And then we have, where did you hear about us? Google ad. What kind of product are you interested in? Beauty. And what do you think should be improved in our website? The colors. Okay, submit that. And as you can see, it's sending and I will get notified once it's okay. So let's go back to the SureTriggers. And as you can see, it says here request one with all those fields that I have selected. If you have more than one request, you can select a different request from here and then these fields will be updated accordingly. I'm going to save that and this step is already completed. That was the process for that step. So I'm going to need another step now. And the next step will be, of course, to create a coupon code. I'm going to click the plus icon here. And I'm going to select the WooCommerce because the WooCommerce is the one that it will create my coupon. So once I select the event, I can only see now the actions. I cannot see the triggers because there is no point to add another trigger. I have my trigger right from the top. The form was completed. So here I select create a coupon code and then select the connection, basically the website again. This is the Astra website. And of course, as you can see, you can connect multiple websites. You can have something from one website to be triggered and then an action to another website to be performed. The coupon code, I will leave it empty in order to be generated automatically, as you can see here. Description, I will leave it as it is. Basically, these are all the fields from WooCommerce. It's not the fields from SureTriggers at this point. So percentage discount or fixed card discount or fixed product discount. I'm going for percentage and then I'm going to put 10%. The expiration date will be 30 days and then the minimum spend, maximum spend, every of those fields were going to be empty. Okay, select products. I'm not going to do that. So user email, this is the one that I want. I want that to grab the one email that the visitor has filled in inside the form. And in order to do that, I'm going here into the database icon. I'm going to click that and I'm going to see all the fields that I have from the previous step. If I have more than one steps, I can see all the fields from all the steps inside here. So I'm going to select here the email, and as you can see, it also says that my email is the one that I filled out in order for you to be sure. And I'm going to use that. Now, since it says user email and here it says email as this inside the brackets, it means that it's a dynamic field. You can also put whatever you want inside here. So you can also put here a comma and then have a different email that it's fixed, maybe your own email or whatever you want. So you can use dynamic fields along with texts. Let's go down here and it will say test action. I'm not going to do that just to get an error message. So I'm going to click save. And once I'm outside, it says that something is missing. Incomplete action, please test your action. So you know that something is not completed. Let's click again inside here and let's go down here and click test action. So this basically will create a coupon code for us in order to complete this step. So it says discount type percentage and this is the amount, and you can see that it has more than enough fields for us to use. So let's click save, and then the next step is ready to be created. The next step is send the email and the coupon code with an email to the user. So in order to do that, I'm going to click plus again. And I know here I have two options in order to do that. I have the SMTP in order to send the email. SMTP that can use, let's click email. So you can see that we have sent email that can use an SMTP email in order to send the coupon code, or you can use Elastic Email or whatever email service that you have here, or I can use the WordPress itself in order to send the email. Of course, I have the SMTP plugin already installed and configured in my WordPress installation, and then I can select the event, so send email. This is the event that I want from here. Select the connection, of course, basically select the website. This is the one, Astra, and here is from email. So which is the email that want to send that email? info@stratostutorials.com. Okay, from name, Stratos Tutorials, the name of the website or Astra or whatever you want. Then to, where is this email going to? And here I need the dynamic data. So I'm going to click that. As you can see now, I have the WPForms and the WooCommerce as well because I have two steps completed. So this is the one that I'm going to use from the WPForms, the email from the WPForms. After that, I have the subject. So thanks for filling out the form. Okay, and then we have the body that it will say as a thanks. Here is your coupon code, and then semicolon, and then I need the coupon code. I'm going to click here and I'm going to select now the WooCommerce. Let's collapse here and expand this one. And then I'm going to go for the discount code. You can also search it. So code, coupon code, this is the one. And now I can say something like it will only be accepted for 30 days and it will expire after that. You can do whatever you want. Thanks. This is the team behind the software, or I don't know. You can add whatever you want here. Then you have to click test action. And of course, this is just a sent email. It will not do anything else. It will not capture data. It doesn't have any data to capture. But it will say action tested successfully. No response available, of course, because there is no response. I'm going to click save. And now I can save that as a draft. So now I can go outside if I want and come back whenever I want. And this is basically just a draft. It's not enabled at this moment, as you can see. So let's go and click here. And once it's published, it will say, instead of inactive, that it will say that it will be basically active with a green background. As you can see now, it says active. Also, now that it's active, I have also a versions that I can click and see all the times that I have saved this form and I have made changes. I can save them as versions. As you can see, this is the V1 that is current and it was created 15 seconds ago. Let's click here and change that to basic form to coupon. Okay. So I'm going to click outside in order for that to be saved, and let's click outside. Now I want to add another step because maybe I want to create the coupon code, but I want that to wait, I don't know, 5 days in order to send that, because I don't want every visitor to fill out the form in order to get a coupon just to use it at this moment. So I can do that by clicking here and maybe selecting the delay and then select event, delay 4. The value will be 5 and then select 5 days. Okay, test actions. Test action, and it will test that. It will say complete successfully. We don't have anything to get, and let's save that. So as you can see, it says wait for 5 days before it go to the next step, which is send the email. I can update that and it will get me another version of that. So if I click now versions, you will see that I have version 2. So V2 is the current, and I can name that delay 5 days. Okay, I'm going to click here and I'm going to publish this version because for the testing purposes, I don't want now to delay 5 days. I'm going to leave it as it is now. Let's update once again. Okay, everything is looking fine. So let's go and test that. I'm going here. I'm going to refresh the page in order to get the form again. So name is Stratos1. The email is the same because I want to get that coupon code. Where did you hear about us? I heard about you from Google Ad, no, from Facebook. And then I'm interested for both of the products that you sell, and I need better prices. Submit that. And now I can check into my emails and see if I have the email that I want. So let's refresh my emails, and I have thanks for filling out the form. Okay, so I have something like that. Of course, I have also another email that just landed. This is from the test that I created. And it says, thanks for filling out the form. As a thanks, this is your coupon code, and this is the coupon code that I got. Back to SureTriggers. Let's see now the dashboard. Okay, and now I can go into the workflows and see all the workflows that I have connected at this moment. As you can see, these are the workflows. And if I go to the apps, I will see that I have WordPress inside here. And it says to connection because I have 2 websites with 1 workflow that this is included in. So I can go and see the workflows here, or I can see the connections if I click the connections. And as you can see, these are the 2 websites that I have. And if I click the workflows, I can see that I'm using WPForm as a trigger, and it has that action, which means those are it has that icon, which means that those are the actions, WooCommerce and WordPress, in order to send the email. This is the title, the status, total runs 1, and the last one was that. I can duplicate or see the history, and I can also delete that. As you can see, it doesn't look good, but if I refresh here, I will see that the delete is back here. Let's go back to workflows and click actions. No, I cannot see the delete. Now, this is a bug. If I go into workflows, probably I will see it correctly. Okay, so you can see that that's just a bug. And if I go to history, I will see the history of that. Also, if I click here the status that says successful or wherever I want inside the history, I will see all the steps inside that workflow. And also I will see all the data that are pulled in or pulled out from that. So you can do whatever you want to see if everything worked fine, and you can also replay that and see what went wrong if something went wrong. So it's good to see all those things inside here as well. So let's create another workflow as well. I'm going back to the workflows. And what I want now is I want something in order to use it as a database for all the forms that someone has filled. So if I go to the WPForms, I have here the entries, which is basically the database of all the forms that are completed. And as you can see, since it's not the pro version of WPForms, I cannot see all the entries, but I can fix that with the SureTriggers help. Now, what I'm going to do is create a workflow that will connect the WPForms with a dataset from Google, and it will fill everything from the form. So let's create new form to Google Sheet. Start building. And let's add first the trigger. The trigger, of course, is the WP form. I'm going to select the connection, which will be Astra, and then I'm going to select the form, which will be the second form, the simple contact form. I haven't seen that because this is, again, a template, but let's go back to the contact. And it says here to please execute the event. So let's go to contact and let's go to the contact page, name, Stratos, email, karavarakis@gmail.com. Then where did you learn about us? Okay, radio, internet, comment or message text, and then submit. Okay, once this is successfully submitted, let's go back to SureTriggers, and I have all those requests here. I don't have any other requests, so I select the first request, click Save. I can now continue with the next step, which will be to connect with Google Sheets in order to have those entries submitted. Let's go and hit the plus icon here, and I'm going to search for Google Sheets, and here it says select the event, which will be add a new row. It will add a new row in my Google Sheet. Select connection. Click here and it will basically ask for you to create a new connection with your Google account. Once I click here, it will open up a window and it will ask permission to connect to Google. So it will say something like that. Then you will click continue in order to give permission to Google, and SureTriggers in order to connect with Google. And now that's connected, let's click outside and it says spreadsheet. Now I don't have any spreadsheet created at this moment, so I have to go and create a spreadsheet. Let's click here. So this is the Google spreadsheet, and I have to click here, create something, and let's name that like WPForms. Forms entries. Okay, and then I'm going to create some data inside here. So I have to have some data for this to work. So we have the name, we have the email, we have the where did you hear about us, where did you learn about us, and then we have the message text. those are the fields that I have in my form. So let's go outside and let's go now and select the spread set. And maybe you have to refresh if it doesn't take it at once, but I think it will work without refreshing. And now I have the WPForms entries. This is the one. Okay, I need to refresh because I also saw some things that were not there. So you have to refresh maybe. Okay, and then we have the worksheet, and let's change that to something like WP form. You don't have to rename it, but I just want to rename it to be sure that it's working correctly and keep those things organized. Let's refresh that in order to check for the worksheets of my document. Select that and click WP form. Okay, after that it will grab all the columns that have data inside here. So this is why you need to create first the data. If you don't do that, it will say something like an error here to know that you want to create some data inside your Google Sheet. So we have the name, email, and where did you learn about us a message. So we need to fill out those forms. Name, I'm going to click here and I'm going to select the name from the WP form, and this is the one, name. The email will be the email. Where did you learn about us? That was this one, and the message, which is the last field. Where did you learn, and comment or message, this is the one. Okay, test action, which will mean that it will test that and it will put something like that inside here. Okay, let's go back, and now that it's completed, I'm going to click save, and that was all. I can now publish that and it's good to go. This workflow doesn't need any more steps. It will immediately fill out the Google Sheet once the form is completed. What I wanted also to show you, if I click here, I will see on top that I have also a condition. This is basically in every step that I have inside my workflow, and you can have conditions based on the steps that you have already completed in order for you to create something more advanced. So I can create a condition and say that I only want this workflow to complete it if someone checks the internet or the, I don't remember the steps or the options that I had. So I had internet, radio, or something else. So I need that to be completed only if someone checks and select for the where did you learn about to be equal like internet or something like that. So you can create more advanced workflows. And let's close that and let's go back to the workflows. And now I'll see I have two workflows. Let's go into the apps and I will see that I have two apps connected now, the website, the WordPress website, and the Google Sheet, which is part of one connection, as you can see, and workflow. And the WordPress is two connections and two workflows. Let's go to the history, and also I'm going back to the Astra and I'm going to fill out this form in order to see if it's working. So name is test1, the email is test1.com. Okay, it's not valid because I haven't put the at test1.com. Okay, and this is the radio and this is the test1 message form. Okay, I'm going to hit submit and hopefully I will be fast enough in order to grab that sheet here. Okay, so we will see the row 3 to be completed as soon as possible. As you can see, test1, test1.test1.com, and all the fields are completed. Let's go back to the SureTriggers dashboard. Let's go to history. And here I can see that I have my task that consumed which one, and this is the time that was completed. And if I click here again, I have all the fields that were coming through. As you can see, everything is working fine. So this is how the SureTriggers works. Of course, you can create, I don't know how many combinations that you can do, but you can use every single integration that has inside here, every single action with every single trigger in order to create an automation that you want. Now, for my conclusion, I do like the SureTriggers software. It has a clean website, it has very nice UI, you can create pretty much whatever you want. I do like that the connections can be made inside my workflow. I don't have to go outside, create a connection, and then go inside my workflow to continue. So if you haven't remembered to connect something, you can do that inside your workflow. And I do like how it feels at this moment. I am sure that it will keep getting better. They will keep adding integrations, and in 2 or 3 months you can use many more things in order to create a workflow. Now I'm going to create some more videos in order to create more advanced workflows, and you can see some examples of what you can do with a product like this. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.